Looking for Madden 22 Ultimate Team coins? AOEAH.com is the cheapest and most reliable coins on the market. Click the link in the description and use coupon code SPORTS for 3% off your order. Are you still struggling on defense in Madden 22? If so, make sure to watch this video because I'm about to break down a super simple defense that you can use to shut down any offense in the game. Yo, YouTube, what's up? It's Duke, back here from Sportsgamerz.com. And in today's Madden 22 video, we got a very special tip for you guys. We're going to break down the only defense you guys need to lock up any offense out there in the game. Now, best of all, this is something that can work on any system, and you can use it from pretty much any defensive playbook out there because it will work from multiple formations. It's kind of an advanced coverage scheme that you guys can use to lock down all sorts of different offenses, concepts out there. So, we're in, for this video, the Bucs playbook on defense. And like I said, you could use other playbooks too. But I tend to like to do this from certain formations that I run. A lot of times I'll be in like the nickel 3-5 wide, or maybe the 3-5 will, the dime 2-3-6 will. I mean, there's a lot of formations that I like to use on defense. So it kind of just, like I said, it could be used from many different ones because it's a concept more than anything else, which is what makes this very, very effective. So there's a few different ways you can run this, but it's all about adjustments. So the first thing I'm going to go over is coaching adjustments. So I do like to have auto flip on. Now, as far as your zone drops go, it kind of just depends upon how you want to run this because, like I said, it is about adjustments. Obviously, depending upon what the offense is doing to you. So one way that I like to run this a lot is to set my flats on 30 and my curl flats on 5, and we're going to go from there. So in this video, we're going to start off, we're just going to run it from the 3-5 will. Like I said, this could be done from just about any formation in the game. Some obviously just work better with others because of things you can mix in. So in this specific formation, we're going to be relying a lot on our 4-man pass rush. So, I mean, you're going to want a good D-line. And yes, you can put your safeties in the game at linebacker, which is actually really crucial because you will see that these guys are important coverage. You'll be using them. So it's always better to use or in coverage a safety versus a linebacker. So the play I'm going to look at is Tampa 2. Now, I want to start off, it's kind of been one of the more popular offenses in the game, the bunch tight end, PA boot over. Now, before I set this up, guys, just a reminder, if you enjoy my free YouTube content, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We do free Madden 22 tip videos, we do gameplays and news every week on a daily basis. You're not going to find content like this anywhere else on YouTube. So make sure you subscribe, and if you're really rocking with me, smash that like button, drop a comment on the video, turn your notifications on. All that great stuff does really help me out a lot as a content creator. And I'd love to set a like goal for this video for 300 likes. So let's get it. Anyways, so this play right here, the PA boot over, is notorious, right? Everybody knows that you can bomb, you got the crosser. It's just one of the most used plays in the game, and most people are going to set it up something like this to where, they have the bomb with the deep post, and they're just going to try to hit you, right? So one of my favorite things about what I'm about to show you guys is that you can pretty much take away the bombs pretty easily from turning this cover 2 into a 3 deep, a cover 3, but it's not your standard cover 3 where you have the outside corners in deep zones. It's kind of inverted. So we're going to put the safety, or that's really a linebacker, he's in a mid-read. We're going to put him in a middle third. So what this effectively does is it shuts down that middle of the field area that most people will try to bomb you with, especially when you're in cover 2. It's not going to be able to work. Now, if they have 100 years from certain bombs like PA boot over, maybe they might be able to somehow bomb you, but it's very unlikely that they're going to have enough time to do that. Now, other than that, I pretty much, like I said, everything else is about adjustments. So I'm going to use one of the vert hooks on this play. The vert hook I use kind of just depends upon the formation, what they're doing to me, or the formation they're running, what they're doing to me, what routes they're using. Are they just passing? Are they running the ball too? All that stuff matters because if they're running the ball, like I would probably try to get on a player that I could shoot the gap from easier depending upon the formation. That could be either opposite the running back or on the same side of the running back. And again, it depends what runs they're using. So obviously that matters. But as far as the pass game goes, basically I do two different things. So you guys know I already put my actual flats to 30. So the other thing I did is I put my curl flats to 5. So I know that at a bunch tight end, a lot of people try to run flat routes to the tight end side. So what I would normally do is put a curl flat on the tight end side of the formation too. So I kind of create that double Mabel look, and then I'm going to use this vert hook. So my responsibility is basically the middle of the field, like quick posts, quick slants. And then also if there was a flat on the left, I'd have to defend that as well because remember my cloud flats are going back to 30. If you're enjoying my YouTube content, I highly recommend you check out sportsgamerz.com. This is where I post all my premium Madden 22 content. I have eBooks, offensive and defensive schemes, plus I do 4 to 6 premium tips every week in the Madden Vault. This content is available for both current and next gen, so no matter what system you play on, we got you guys covered. Our best offer yet is the Sportsgamerz Madden VIP membership. This gives you access to the entire site, every tip, every ebook, plus the meta reports for only $19.99. I'll post a link to it in the description and the comments. Make sure to check it out for the best tips and content available at the best price anywhere. Now, the last adjustment you might want to make on this play is to go ahead and pass commit. Just makes your zones react better. And we would use this vert hook. Now, like I said, this is a good defense to use against bombs. I'm going to show you a few different bombs and how it works against it. I will say against super bombs like the PA boot over, this guy is still going to get glitched. He will still get glitched. But because you have this guy in the middle third right here, he's just going to be in that area to where unless they just have a long time to let him run right past the guy in the deep middle, you should be able to click on and break this up most of the time. Now, obviously, you need someone fast here. Weddle against Metcalf is probably not a fair matchup, but if you have reasonable speed, you should be able to click on and make that play. Now, like I said, you can get bombed though in any defense in this game versus plays like this. There are certain adjustments that work better, but the bottom line is if your defender's not fast enough and they get enough time, you might get bombed, okay? So let's just go ahead and take a look at how this works if they try to roll out and bomb me. So, most people will do this setup, like I said. Roll out, set your feet, and bomb. Now, you guys can see here, Weddle is right there. He is right there. I understand he caught the ball, but once again, you just have to understand Weddle is not fast. Look, the safety, like I said, he's going to get glitched, but this guy is he's there. So, unless we can just wait until, he gets out of the screen, which is another, 10 or so yards, which we shouldn't really happen because as you guys can see here, Donald is coming after us. We should be able to click on here and break this up the majority of the time. The whole problem is Weddle's just so slow, he couldn't react fast enough. But still, he's within a step or two, which, again, if we have an actual good defender here of speed, this is broken up. So that's the first bomb I wanted to show. Now, the other bomb that a lot of people do is out of Gun Bunch. So Gun Bunch has so many good plays, but that bomb against cover 2 that people like to do is absolutely lethal. Now, I will say that this bomb is not really as good as the PA boot over, in my opinion. This bomb doesn't really, if we just make this adjustment right here, this bomb's pretty much going to be completely boxed. Because, again, it just doesn't get the same amount of separation as PA boot over. So, if you guys can see here, again, we try to chuck that. That's a pick. It doesn't even matter the speed of the guy. That's gonna get picked. I didn't even have to do anything. So, the PA boot over bomb is just a little bit different animal. If they have fast enough players with enough time, that one is just absurd. These other bombs with deep posts, this completely will slow it down because, again, you're going to have to wait for your guy to literally run across the entire field if you want it to get open, even have a chance to get open, and it's just not realistically going to happen when you rush 4 people in this game if you have a good pass rush. Now, if you have a terrible pass rush, maybe they could get the time, but it's doubtful. So that's the first thing I wanted to go over is how turning this cover 2 into a 3 deep is really effective because, most players see cover 2 and they just assume, I can bomb it, but then you make this adjustment, it's a lot harder to bomb, right? Now, something else that's very common that you're going to see in this year's game is people attacking you with the deep sidelines and the flats at the same time. Play like Z-Spot and Go is a great example because this play has a flat and essentially a deep sideline route on each side of the field. So when you're going up against plays like this, it's actually best to do the double Mabel, like I said, which is we're going to put our curl flat at 5, and like I said, our flat on 30, and on the bunch-sided screen, because that's normally where they'll try to do that, we're going to go ahead and have our double Mabel, and then we'll use our other hook, vert hook. So this is going to protect us against the bomb. Also, it's going to protect us against the flat and the corner route on the bunch-sided field. So our responsibility basically at this point, is the right side of the screen, maybe the short middle, maybe the flat. It just depends upon the route combo. So here, if we go ahead and just run this play as is, you guys can see I have to defend this running back out of the backfield, but there's really nothing open. They try to, just chuck the corner out, and that's going to be broken up or picked off. And again, by rushing the 4 defenders, we're able to get a pretty good pass rush here to where they don't have forever to make the read. But you guys can see here again, look, the flat's taken away, corner's taken away, we got the deep middle taken away. And then over here, really my responsibility, because again, this guy's kind of waiting for the sideline route, is to defend the running back or whoever could be hitting the flat. And if nobody actually does attack the flat, then I could kind of drop back over the short middle of the field. But as I was saying, this is a really, really good defense because it's versatile. So, not only can you defend that, but you can even defend the seams really well too from this defense. So, say somebody is using the play, where is it at here? Mesh spot. Everybody knows about this play. The low ball wheel route is probably the most annoying thing to defend on this game. So, I can literally run the exact same defense for the most part with just 1 or 2 different adjustments. So, I'm still going to defend the deep middle because I never really want to have to worry about getting bombed. So, this helps me out a lot against that. And this time, instead of doing a double Mabel, I'm just going to leave my vert hooks on the field. So, the only adjustment I would say of vert hooks you want to make to defend the seams, if people are throwing wheels at you, is to shade your coverage underneath. Now, if you guys remember, I'm going to show you real quickly here. For my coaching adjustments, I did not touch my vert hooks, right? Where are they at? I left my hook zones on default. So, that allows me to shade underneath and get them to play the seams. I do have my flats on 30, so this is important because even though I'm a shade underneath to get hard flats, because my flats are set to 30, they're still going to defend no matter what, kind of deep sideline. So that protects me in the way that, okay, let's say I guess wrong, and they end up running a play, that attacks the deep sideline, all I'm really giving up is the flat. So I'm not going to give up a big play, which is nice. So I just shade underneath, and then I'm going to play on the running back side. So in a situation like this, when we shade underneath with the vert hooks, they're definitely going to defend those seams very well. And you can even, if you want to, if they slide out wide, you can even move them in a little bit more to give them a little bit better reaction time against the inside low balls that everyone seems to throw. I will say if you have Acrobat on your defenders, they're going to dive and get pick animations pretty much every time. But even if you don't, this is still effective. But obviously, I would recommend having Acrobats on your field because, they just get animations that you otherwise wouldn't. And it's very, very effective against the low ball meta that people try. But here in a situation like this, again, I'm always going to be on the running back side of the formation. I just feel like that's, it allows me to do more. So I'm going to take away this running back. And then if they just still try to chuck this in here, we're there. That's going to be a pick, potentially even a pick 6. And you guys can see, I don't have Acrobat on 22, but he was still able to make a play. Although, like I said, if you can get Acrobat on your field, I would definitely recommend it. So this defense, again, you can take away the bombs, you can take away the flats, you can take away the deep sideline, and you can take away the seam, all out of the same exact defensive look, coverage shell, with just a few adjustments here and there. We're not really doing any major adjustments. We're kind of just changing the vert hooks play to play, and that's really it. This is a super simple defense to use. It's very effective, and what it does is it's kind of like a bend but don't break. It makes the offense work. You're not going to give up big plays. They're going to have to put a perfect drive together, and you're really going to make them work because we're not going to give them anything easy or big. And I feel like on this year's game, taking away the big plays is crucial. You can play high risk, high reward if you got a really good blitz. But if you're going to play coverage, the best way to play coverage is to avoid giving up big plays. Because we all know that the one-play touchdowns are what a lot of people look for this year. And we're effectively taking away probably the easiest and most popular things people try to do offensively with this one defense. So not only can it take away the big plays, but as you guys can see here, it can take away the flats. It can take away the seams and really make someone have to get into their bag of tricks. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to smash that like button. If we could get to 300 likes on this video, I will drop another video on this defense showing more adjustments you can use against other offensive schemes that are very popular that are out there. Till next time, it's Duke,